buttons. Buttons. The chat window was worth a shot. But the white blob is gonna have to go. I think that's it. Okay, now what? I think that's all the buttons I had to push. I think. Okay. Now what? Save state. What was the save state? Let's check the notes. There's a lot of numbers here. Possibly 2. What's 3? Ah, yes. That's the one that crashed. What's 1? Nope. What's 4? Hell no. 2 it is. Yeah, I tried to come back and save, okay, so like 2 weeks ago, I was trying to get the shield out of the bottom of the lighthouse, and the wyverns were paralyzing one of the characters, and then the game was just freezing. So that was kind of a short day. Very frustrating. Actually, that wasn't the worst. The worst... What the fuck just happened? Oh. The most annoying thing was that the save state crashed that I had done right before going into the lighthouse. So there was no way to just sort of hurry up and go back in there. But that happened twice. And then a week goes by, and I decided before the I was gonna stream, and I thought I'll go back to Aramon and I'll get Fireball, and then, you know, come back and kill the wyverns in like 1 hit. But what ended up happening was I ran into a bunch of fucking chaos demons on the bridge, like generals or whatever they're called, and they beat the fucking shit out of me. So that's a no-go. But I'm actually kind of curious if they're always there, or if they just kind of spawned there on the bridge randomly. I really need to level up her stupidity, which sounds dumb to say out loud, but it's actually a really good spell. Oops, That was unintentional. You know, this would be 10 strength, but I wonder how that works on Abrican, because he's already got 27, and it maxes it out at 30, so you can't train it any higher than that, I think. I don't really know how spell caps work on this game. But regardless, he needs to be stronger. Who is messaging me? Greg. Greg is a good guy. We like Greg. I kind of want to see what effect this has on Abrican. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save over that other save state. So we're back around to 3. Steamed hams. Vice Principal Chalmers. Whatever his name was. He wasn't the vice principal, he was something else. Was he the superintendent? May I see it? No. Super Nintendo Chalmers. He may have been the superintendent. I can't remember. I think the best one of those I saw was set to Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz. I don't understand how someone would be able to do that. It seems like something that AI would do. There he is. He was the superintendent. Oh, he calls him Super Nintendo. Oh, he does? Oh, okay. I don't think I started watching until like, or at least I wasn't cognizant of The Simpsons until probably their 4th season or something like that. My freaking phone is blowing up. Who is this? Oh my goodness. I might enable a cheat that just gives everyone 100 dexterity. You remember watching bits and pieces of it when you were a kid? But you haven't sat and watched it much in years. I think the last I kept up with it was like 2010 or something like that. But it's still going, isn't it? I feel like I would have heard if it was over. My old roommate was obsessed with it. She watched it literally every night before she went to bed. I think Brenna could do dexterity. I'm surprised that costs so little to level up. They're still going? Yeah, that's kind of a... I guess they're both on Fox, right? But like, yeah, imagine being tasked as a writer or a showrunner with the responsibility of replacing the fucking Simpsons time slot or the expectation to do that when it's been so steady. I'm curious to see if this bug persists another week. Dude, yeah, I know. That would be a toughie. A couple weeks ago, I had a really bad problem with these wyverns in the basement. I was trying to get that shield, but they were like paralyzing one of the characters and completely freezing the game. I should have healed Rada. Damn. 30 is a really good roll. Oh, goodness. Oh, thank God. I thought that was going to go hit all the party members. He might be dead. That was the last curing potion. That kind of sucks. I need that other wolf to show up before Rada's turn. don't think her stupidity reaches all the way over there. I kind of want to wait until it hits all of them. I'm going to test the chatbot screen again really quick. Yeah, it just looks like a white screen. That's kind of a bummer. I wonder why that is. Oh well. It is what it is. Three is good enough. Of course it fails. Looks like it only hit one of them. I forgot I was out of spell casting components. So I guess we are strictly a melee party for a while. $20K. I'll probably just save his for Fireball. Whenever I go get it. Okay. This is where the game started screwing up last time. after this, though. Damn. Freaking 9 bandits. After a trap exploded. Oh my god. This might be a quick reload. Hopefully that draws his attention and he's dumb. I'll give him a little bit extra health. Looks like 5, maybe 10. Thank God. Dude, yeah, I know. I took like a 6-week. I streamed on like January 1st and then 2nd. And I didn't stream again for like 6 weeks. But I was, thank God he fled. I was side questing a little bit. And I was not successful at all. Also, last weekend was a little bit weird. The New Year's one was pretty fun. It turned 24. Yeah. Wow. It feels 24 years old. I'll say that much. Sweet. I actually found a box of it at the game store. Where is it? So I've got this thing, the black cartridge, and then they actually got a little boxed version in as well. But there's no book in here, sadly. But there is a actually, I don't think I've opened this yet. I have opened it. There's not a book in here. You and your brother tried to figure out how to play it and then gave up. It took me and my best friend and our collective intelligence, which was not very high, to figure out how to beat Kidorak. The white cartridge is scuffed, is it? Wait. I don't have a white cartridge. It's just another black cartridge. The hell? Could have sworn this one was white. Okay, no, they're selling a white cartridge down at the game store right now for like $90 or something like that. But I didn't buy it. One of my friends from work said that he's got a version that's on his, he bought a Wii and he found a version of this game that was like hacked onto it somehow. I don't know how, but he said it's all fucked up. Which fascinates me because if there's an even more screwed up version of this game out there, I really want to play it. I've got to give AC1M a solid 12 to 15 hours. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't ready for it either. I was 11, but I didn't have a ton of RPG experience, really. And like the only thing that sounded good was strength. When, you know, dexterity, I mean, movement rate, number of actions, defense, and increases your hit chance. Like, that's insane. This is just the OG version. I mean, it's on an emulator, but it's just whatever final version they had on the carts, I guess. It's not like patched or anything. Dude, look at all this stuff. They had 4,000 gold. Yeah, I know what you meant. But like, I think the biggest problem when I was a kid was that I didn't understand the day-night system. So, or like the solar and lunar aspected system. So I was just constantly, I was just fighting at completely random times. So sometimes I would kick ass and then other times I would not kick ass. The first time you got a screen of green text, it freaked you out. You thought you were going to owe the video store $60. You broke the game. What did you do? Yeah, when you're playing this game, you're always just kind of hoping it's not going to crash. Oh, it was developed in Canada? I didn't know that. I probably should know that. But I don't. That was kind of a waste of a curing potion. But it is what it is. Yeah, these wyverns were freezing the game a couple of weeks ago with their paralysis. I think it was them. they would like paralyze Abrican, and then it would get back around to his turn. See, he's not paralyzed. It would get back around to his turn, and then the game would just freeze. The boars in one of the Talawat caves gives you a green text. Really? That's kind of cool. Hopefully I can just burn through these and we can actually make some progress. Oh god. See, Brenna's frozen, so now I'm worried that it's gonna get to her turn. And now he's frozen too. Be cool if they all fled. Or died. Okay, Jesus. That kind of scared me for a second. I forgot he wasn't actually paralyzed. Please die. Okay, yeah. That took like 45 minutes last time because it kept freezing. Yeah, there should have been a Mirari party member. That would have been freaking sick. Either Gotzone or Zareen. Whatever that one lady was that gives you the stick. That would have been cool. Maybe the guy that talks to you in the woods after the second time you meet him. We should be able to deal with one wyvern. Dracovern, excuse me. The one Mirari in Talawak that gives you infinite potions was intended to be a party member. I didn't know there was a Mirari that gave you infinite potions. It kind of makes sense. I mean, they have a Jundar, you know. Yeah, she's beefed. She's my axe woman. Is this the shield? What's that? No. Almost 7,000 gold. Where is the shield? Is it in a bone pile? Oh, that's it. He's got his own avatar? It would have been cool if the boat guy, if the ship captain was a character too. That would have been cool. There it is. The sun shield. I don't know if it's better than Abrican's tower shield. Protection, 6 defense. Where'd the tower shield go? Oh, he may have had a kite shield. Okay. Cool. So we can actually light the lighthouse and take a boat to the Chaos Isle which is what I've been trying to do for 3 weeks. I also hope the scroll works. You write your own lore? That's cool as fuck. Level Up Island? Yeah, Level Up Island, freaking Gold Island. Wait, what's that? That's kind of funny. And if you're lucky, you can get those. What are those cloaks that the Chaos Sorcerers wear? That have like 15 defense or something. Chaos Shields? Yeah. This is the wrong door. I did this last time. The basement has like 30 enemies? Yeah. I think my party was like way more leveled up the last time I went there too. I haven't really been trying to level these guys too much. Yeah, highest one's 12. They don't really have like crazy equipment or anything. Except for him. Got this fucking wizard hat. He's got all the spell battery stuff, but he doesn't have any offensive spells. I didn't have enough money to buy a fireball. One of my work friends is trying to get me to go to this other person's. Any bugs? No, we killed all the wyverns before the bug happened from last time. Thank God. And the lighthouse is lit. So we're good to go to the Chaos Isle. If we can get past the griffins. Last time I was on that boat, Keelan, she got hit once for like 58 points of damage or something like that by one of those griffins. She had like 1 hit point left. Also, I forgot, I was gonna splice out the bug that happened and put it on the subreddit to see if any of those Aidyn super geniuses had ever come across it. Would I ever do a Rogue Galaxy video? I think so. I haven't fully decided if I'm gonna do one. I have recorded like 7 hours of gameplay or something like that. But kind of like with the Baldur's Gate one, I started playing it and recording it, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna make a video about it. So But I just start playing and recording something just in case I do decide to go through with it. Where is the captain? Is he on the dock? I don't really want to do this at night. He must be over there. Is this not a weird place to put a knight's roll? It's like they forgot to build like a platform for it or something. And they just... Somebody was like, oh shit, there's not a knight's roll. And they just plopped it over here. What does that say? Oh. Just a moment. Okie dokie. I seriously can't go this way. DLC over there on the right where the character model is falling through the sky. Like over here. You tried playing it a year or two ago? Okay, so one of my friends from work lent it to me in like 2011. And I played up to, I think I finished the second planet. And then I just got kind of, I think I was getting the shit beat out of me. Like I was really bad at it. Because I kept thinking that I could raise my defense, but like the best defense in that game is just a really good offense. A ROM hack would be awesome. I think there is one. There's someone made a patch, I know. I think he calls it Aidyn Plus. I've just never tried it. But it rebalances the game a little bit. I think it actually makes it a little bit harder too. Who do I attack? Probably this one. Good lord. This could be very bad. Yeah, I think it's tough if you play it the way that it was like intended to be played. But you can unlock these AoE spells. Like you can get Desert Wind level 2 on Jaster and just use all your money on buying like AP restoration potions. And you can just spam that and just wipe out entire, like I did the whole prison in like 20 minutes with Desert Wind because the fights were only like 2 seconds long. But you just spend so much time in menus. It's like everything you have to do. So it's like it wanted to be an action. She might be dead. Oh my god. She, how much health is she? Damn, dude. She was almost out. 1 hit point. But yeah, it's like it wanted to be an action combat game, but you usually spend most of your time in menus anyway, like pulling up items because you have to heal like all the time. Yeah, she did almost get one shot. Like that was scary. Guess we want to level stamina. And it's weird because there's not like a traditional healing role. So, like the primary means of health regeneration is through potions, and the only way to use a potion, unless you set your teammates to like go all out mode or whatever, and sometimes they'll throw you one. But it's kind of like relying on Donald Duck to heal you in Kingdom Hearts. Like you're just sort of always waiting for that heal to come, and it never does. I do like Rogue Galaxy though. I think it's charming, at least. I really like the opening song. And I'm a sucker for, you know, teenagers that are growing up and they're coming of age and they get tired of living on their desert planet and all of a sudden one morning they wake up and they get on a spaceship and go on an adventure. That seems to happen a lot in space, especially on desert planets. What was Star Wars? Yeah. You know, Luke didn't like it. Anakin didn't like it. Rey didn't like it. Which I mean, who would like that? I forgot about the outfits, but they actually have different little defensive properties. I don't think they're very strong though. And I don't know, I just kind of felt like replaying it because I never actually beat it. I feel like I'm having more fun with it this time around. Yeah. And it kind of has a Kingdom Hearts-ish vibe to it, but it's kind of stiff, you know, like even the first Kingdom Hearts game, it felt a little bit more fluid. Like auto attacking just kind of feels bad. And like if you're fighting someone in the air, Sora kind of like follows them, like he's kind of attached to them a little bit, and that feels kind of weird on its own, but it still feels better than like you can be attacking something and then they just leave. What I do like is having a gun. That is fucking cool. I like having a gun. And the different kind of gimmicky guns are neat. But so far, I've only used them like once per boss fight. And they've kind of got that old Zelda problem where the temple where you get like the boomerang is where you use the boomerang and then you don't really use it that much anymore. Actually, no. On the jungle level, you got to use the freeze shot, and then the other one that makes those little platforms, and you could climb the waterfall. That was cool. So they did have some uses outside of boss battles. Man, this guy is a yapper. you go back every level a second time. I don't think I got to the point where the ships could go back, actually. But I've noticed some of the chests are like, you can't open this without the Earth key, or you can't open this without the Star key. Which I was looking at a guide and I missed the Earth key. It was in the chieftain's hut on Jerica, and I missed that one. So I'll have to go back and do that. I've got kind of a crazy idea. Hold on, I'll be back. I gotta show y'all something. And don't judge. Have y'all ever heard of Magic Knight Rayearth? Because when I moved into this house, it was extremely dirty, and we had to clean it from top to bottom. You loved the anime? Okay, well, I was cleaning the closet, and I found this doll from Magic Knight Rayearth of Hikaru. And I've never heard of this, but obviously I've seen a lot of anime, and a lot of 90s anime. And clearly, you know, the art style is that, or I even thought maybe late 80s. But I mean, it was in a box, and I think it has been opened, but it's like taped shut on the bottom. And the tape is like yellow, so it's old. And all this stuff is like, it's all like properly packaged still, I guess. Like, it hasn't been messed with. But I got a hold of the last 3 tenants that lived here, and none of them claimed this thing. And I was like, it was in the closet. Like, it was just sitting at the top of the closet in the hallway. And they were all dudes, you know. I was like, all right. So I asked the landlord, because he owns the house and he used to live here. I was like, hey man, I'm not judging you or anything. Like, I get it. But I found this doll, and it's boxed. He was confused. Said he'd never seen it before. And like, people that collect these things don't just leave them places. And they don't just forget about them, you know? You said it's cursed. So I was thinking it has to be cursed, right? But then I went to the game store, and in the Dreamcast section, or no, in the Sega Saturn section, they had there was a video game for it. And it was like $450. So I was like, what the hell is Magic Knight Rayearth? So I thought I might do a video on that, just to justify doing all the research. And I started watching the anime. It's actually kind of funny. But I only watched... It's funny in like a... This is a dumb thing from the 90s kind of way. But like the main bad guy, he's got like this giant like spiky shoulder armor, and the animation is cool. I actually really like it. But it's either extremely cursed or extremely lucky. If you open it, you may get a plague or granted infinite luck or wishes. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a sign. What's up, Mugen? It's like, I don't know, it's like finding Jumanji, you know? There's no... Yeah. But, it says it's made in Korea. But I don't know, I just thought that was kind of weird. Because... Yeah. Because there's like, I saw what Dungeon Chill did a video about Serial Experiments Lane, and I had no idea what that was. And I sat down and I watched all 2.5 hours of it. You know, it probably does have some value to it, but I mean, they made like, they had the anime and then they made like an OVA for it, and then there was a Dreamcast game. So I thought that might be interesting. So I thought about maybe doing that. I'm gonna give it some more thought. I just wanted to share that with y'all because it's just kind of a weird thing, you know, like it's just not something you run into. Like, why is this here? Why is it here? Very bizarre. Because, I mean, someone had it. Like, this house hasn't been, like, rented out to people. You wouldn't claim to own a doll from an OK anime from the 90s? Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly have it on display out here. That would be hard to explain to, you know, any prospective visitors. That'd be a tough sell. It's hard enough when they're already like, ew, you want Dragon Ball? Yeah, that's definitely the weirdest thing that I watch on Crunchyroll. Oh my god, they're all almost dead. What have I done? Alright, this is a lost cause. Please don't crash. Okay. Yeah, they are. It's not good. See, this is what happens. Oh, sweet. Why on Chaos Island would you get like invaded by 2 rats and a goblin? My dog just started hardcore snoring, so if you hear that, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. You know, I might as well just dump all this into strength. It's going to be so long before he can even have the opportunity to learn an offensive spell. Why does he have minus 45 stamina? Why does he have minus 45 stamina? Or I guess he did. It was? Yeah, I think it may have been before I did the curing potion. I don't know. I'll have to monitor that. Okay. Let's go fight some crabs. I don't remember these guys being that dexterous. Oh no. But that was the only, like, anime related thing that I found in the entire house. He might be dead. That was it, just that one doll. Is this game fun? I have not played it before. I like it. I have to recommend it with like a lot of caveats because it's very buggy. It's got some weird little systems you have to figure out. They're not super complicated. I really like it. I really, really do. It's like one of my favorite games ever. But it does have some problems. But like once you get into like the groove of it, you'll probably play it a lot. Especially if you like D&D-esque style like RPG systems. A lot of it for me is like aesthetic. I just aesthetically like it. And I kind of like that the gameplay is sort of slow and methodical. It sort of feels, it's kind of like meditative. You know, like my mind isn't racing while I'm doing it. It's just kind of a very chill, yet also very frustrating game. Yeah, I like it. I like the combat. The characters are funny to me. Like the writing is very humorous. There's a lot of dry humor in it. It's written very well. The lore is pretty cool if you look deep into it. I like the skill system. So like on top of your usual stats that you can level up, you've got these things like mechanic, where you can disarm things and you can make shield or different types of armor. Stealth kind of sucks. Thief, it'll improve your hit chance, increases your damage from behind. Allows party to climb certain walls. I don't know what walls it's talking about. And then like warrior and wizard do like similar stuff. And then you've got specific weapon skills. And you can put the experience wherever you want. Like the game doesn't restrict you. If only it didn't run like ass. If only. it's very quirky. You know what's funny is that on the video, there were so many people that were like, "Oh man, you've inspired me to play this game. Oh, it looks so fun. I bought a copy of it for my 64 and I'm gonna play it all weekend." I'm like, that's cool. I hope it doesn't break. That's why I did try to mention a lot that there were bugs. I was very clear about that. And that was in like the first 3 minutes. I love it though. I mean, it's just kind of a mess. It only crashed once the last playthrough I had. But this playthrough, this one has been rough. Single-handedly shooting up the cartridge prices. Yeah. And people are going to be like demanding compensation. One day there's going to be a commercial. It's going to be like, did this man convince you to buy Aidyn Chronicles? You could be entitled to a settlement. Are there any good beginner guides? Yes, actually. There's one on this dude's channel. His name is Shamsuck, after one of the wizards. And he's got a beginner's guide that's very good. I think it's actually called A Beginner's Guide to Aidyn Chronicles. He's got like 40 or possibly more Aidyn Chronicles videos. Dude knows his stuff. What's this, like 20k experience? 6,500. I'll take it. Yeah, see, RJ, yeah, he's nailing it. HP is stamina and endurance and also your level, which is crazy. So it's like, ooh, a blood axe. And a chaos shield. Let's go. Stamina is used to power your actions, and endurance is your last line of life. Yeah. You started playing the patched one? I really need to try it. The guy that made the patch actually started the subreddit. And he's got a ton of Aidyn videos too. That's not good. But yeah, RJ, like you wouldn't really know that unless you were reading through like a GameFAQs guide or something. Like, I don't think they tell you anywhere in the game that your magic, which it was probably in the game booklet, and it was, you know, a lot of that information back then was put in the booklets. Sorry for bumping the mic. You know, so you'd find out that way. But, or like mana battery. Like, good luck explaining mana battery. Or spell battery. Plus 10. So I have 10 extra. It's sort of like a shield that protects your stamina whenever you cast a spell. I said that really weirdly. But then it's also like, how much stamina does it take to cast strength? Are you good? No, you're good, man. You're good. So what determines like how much stamina each spell takes? I actually have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. I don't know if it's all equal. I don't know if like some spells take more stamina. I have no idea. I barely know how this game works. I just know that you cast a spell and your stamina goes down, but I've never actually checked. Oh, I wish I could get behind him. You go around making a ton of Dark Combat hide armor to sell and then get stuck in combat with 12 HP. Oh no. Fuck it. That may be the most damage I've ever done to a Chaos Spellweaver in Melee. They have such high armor. Yeah, I'd always heard that Rita was a good, like, axe woman, but I'd never tried it out. Turns out she is. She's got a pretty good axe too. This pole axe here. I'm ready to get her the Lizard King's axe. Damn, dude. 50? And she, you know, she can learn like Thief and Warrior and stuff like that too. I gotta see, what do I got on her? She's got pretty high strength. Plus 10. Oh yeah, I forgot. I cast strength on her. Yeah, she's got Thief and Warrior, both leveled up pretty good. Or that Blood Axe. Yeah. 57, dog. Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned she was a paladin. I kind of forgot that I was going to level up her healing skill to do some spot healing to just sort of run the paladin thing. I should probably level this up for emergencies. What am I doing? Chaos robes. Look at that. Oh my god. Beautiful chaos robes. Only -1 dexterity. Magic resistant. 10 beautiful spices. That is a fast crab. He's got plate mail. Plate mail. Probably give it to her. She already has chaos robes? What? Okay, what about you? It's probably better than leather armor. I've got so much junk. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I meant to give him. I meant to give him these. I don't know if I want him to have a shield. Wait. It's based on an old TSR tabletop RPG called Dragon Quest? What? I didn't know there was... I've never heard of that. And TSR made it? The people who made freaking... or published D&D back in the day? That's cool as... That's really cool. I didn't know that. Damn. It wasn't very popular. What am I doing? All right. Moving on, moving on. Kinda got an unlucky roll there. I cannot believe he resisted that. Because TSR had the trademark, the video game Dragon Quest was retitled Dragon Warrior in North America. Okay, I assumed that they did that because Americans would think that Dragon Quest sounded lame. So they called it Dragon Warrior. I didn't know it was an actual trademark issue. And so I guess when TSR like dissolved or whatever, they could go back to it. Well, they didn't dissolve. They got bought by Wizards of the Coast. I wonder how that worked. See, that's more like it. I'm used to them only taking like 9 damage. Unless that was just a really bad roll. Oh yeah, they cast Darkness. I forgot. That's gonna affect basically everything. Yeah, it could have just expired. I'm kind of curious about that now. I kind of want to look it up. I also want to look up that Dragon Quest tabletop RPG. This poor guy. $15 damage critical hit. Kind of want to see if Rita can make some Curing potions. 3 herbs, 2 spices. What? Herbs are in short supply. I'm trying to remember where that wall of bones wand is at. I think it's like sort of around the back. I think you gotta go past the stairs first. Really quick, can y'all tell me if this just looks like a white screen? Because that's what it looks like to me. It just looks like a little white box. It's supposed to be, I was trying to share the, yeah, I was trying to share like the chat window because it's also going to Twitch. And I thought it would be easier, you know, if people could see both of them. But I'm sure it's an easy fix, but something I'll just kind of deal with later. There's not like a whole lot of people that talk through Twitch, but sometimes they do. You missed them. You nostalgic for the white window days? Back before everything changed. After the DQ RPG had run its course, TSR made a D&D board game called Dragon Quest. Another reason they imploded, spending money for no good reason. Yeah, I heard that they were kind of like treading water for damn near the entire time that they were a company. They've got kind of a crazy history behind the scenes. Like, I'm shocked that it was as successful as it was, I guess. I don't know. There was just so much going on. I can't remember the name of this guy's channel, but someone had like a 1-hour video on the history of, you know, like how Gygax and Arneson, they were like fans of wargaming or something like that. And so they made a company to make like their own wargaming game, and then one of them had like a module that let you use like fantasy characters or something like that, and it just kind of went from there. Oh yeah, Gold Island as well. Yeah, I saw that and then they went to court, and Arneson still ended up getting a certain percentage of advanced D&D, but Gygax tried to say that You know, since it wasn't another edition, it was like a completely different game. He was a litigious son of a bitch by all accounts. But you know, still extremely influential. So it is what it is. He sounds like a piece of work. He had a crazy life. But you know, you can't deny the impact. But I don't know. People are complicated, multifaceted. This might be a hairy situation here. That was a poor target choice. He was religious? I didn't know that. I know that like he wasn't the one that Gygax wasn't the one that was a Lord of the Rings fan, really. It was the other guy that was more into Lord of the Rings. I think Gygax was more into like Conan the Barbarian and hey Memento. It's going super good. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. We actually made it to the Chaos Isle unscathed. Or maybe partly scathed. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I saw a video where they tried to include hobbits as like player characters. Like they were actually called hobbits, and then they got a cease and desist letter from the Tolkien estate, and they told them like, hey, you can't call them hobbits. So they had to change it to halflings. That was early on. That was in like 80 something. Maybe even earlier than that. It's weird that he was religious since the media painted D&D as satanic. Yeah, there was just a couple like my grandparents were really worried about that when I told them I started playing D&D. And I mean, I was like 21. We were having dinner and I was trying to explain it to him. My grandpa was like, isn't that devil shit? What? And they told me a story, like a news story they heard back in the 80s about some guys that were like using D&D roles for like real life to determine people they were going to like kill or whatever. I don't know. Something like that. And there was the whole like mothers against D&D, you know, mad. Sorry to break your train of thought. First, listen, it doesn't take anything to break my train of thought. It takes literally nothing. Like a fly could buzz across the screen and it's gone. So don't you worry about that. Okay, that's not something you got to worry about. It's going to happen. Damn it. So anyway, yeah, the devil thing was crazy. But it was also, oh my god, it's a Gorgon. I don't know if I've ever even fought one of these. But like at my school, in the 90s, they actually, after the fourth Harry Potter book came out, I've never seen the Gorgon before either. I've actually never seen it. I don't even know what it does. I kind of want to let it fight me. After the fourth Harry Potter book came out, they banned them for a while. And then they unbanned them, or they made it to where you had to get like a permission slip from your guardian to be able to check them out of the library. And then eventually they just lifted it, but it took a while. Like, it was several years. They also banned Pokemon cards. But it was kind of funny because all over the library we had posters that said censorship causes blindness. And yet they were banning children's books. There's a cave with 3 to 4 Gorgons on the way to Talawak. That's cool. I really need to explore the map more than I have. Okay, so what's she done? She's done like Frozen Doom. That is a terrifying little model. Oh, they have like no health. I kind of want to let her go and see what happens. She just whacks him. Okay. Cool. But yeah, it was weird. It was a weird time. But, oh sweet, more Chaos Robes. But like, the things that people got upset about didn't really make a lot of sense versus the things that they would like champion and support. So, like, September 11th happened. Okay. And this is a school that banned Harry Potter books. But we had a like some kind of fundraiser was going on like a couple weeks after that happened. And someone had made shirts. Like, one of the parents had made shirts that had like, it was a map of the Middle East, and it was like Afghanistan was being like blown off of the fucking earth, and the back of the shirt said "Kill 'em all and let God sort 'em out." And they were selling like fucking crazy. And this is a school that was like banning Harry Potter books for like the resurrection scene. It was just, you know, the South was a weird place back then. It's still kind of weird, but it was just like it wasn't very consistent, you know? This was at an elementary school, by the way. This shit comes around every 20 years. You went to elementary school in Mississippi, and some mom said the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was satanic. That's so dumb. He's extremely Christian. The whole thing is like a Christian allegory. That's like why him and Tolkien, they were kind of at odds over their series, because Tolkien wasn't an allegory guy. But yeah, like, that's so funny. It's an extremely it's an overtly Christian work. But yeah, I got asked, you know, all the time, or like the teachers and other adults would sort of try to reaffirm. They would ask, you know, like, you guys know that magic isn't real, right? It was just a whole thing. So I'm not shocked that, you know, there was an attitude around D&D for the same thing. It's just like, magic is it's just a lie. Yeah. We all had to learn eventually. But it's like you said, like every 20 years, like it, whatever. That's not good. I am completely out of health potions. And there's 4 very upset draconic creatures here. Hold on, how come? Oh, I guess she was full health. That's why. Never mind. I'm not out of potions. Okay. But it's just like, you know, whatever the kids are into. I'm surprised that they didn't say Fortnite was the devil. Of course they may have. I'm not really like plugged into Fortnite. Or I wasn't. But, you know, they did it with Pokemon too. Pocket monsters and all that. What else? I feel like there was just a lot, like almost everything. They're adding the devil to Fortnite, are they? Oh yeah, Tenacious D. Uh, I was really into Tenacious D. For Christmas one year, my uncle got me a shirt, and the front of it was like Jack Black standing by a gas pump, and the back of the shirt said "Fueled by Satan." I loved that shirt, man. But he gave it to me on Christmas Day because he knew it would irritate my mom. But, you know, I was like, no, Mom, they're like against the devil. They wrote a whole song about it. Dude, it's so funny. You can find the shirt, like you can Google it. I tried to find it the other day. You can fulfill your dream of making Satan floss on my. I'm not seeing enough movement. I actually think that video of Ninja was hilarious. How are we looking here? Brenna has seen better days. Do we risk camping in this freaking hellscape? But yeah, fueled by Satan. I really need to order one of those shirts and try to wear it to work sometime. It's just so dumb because it's Jack Black, you know, and it's like his goofy ass face. And I think he's even like sort of drawn in the style of a demon. But I mean, anyone who actually like followed Tenacious D or listened to them knows that it's just it's just a dumb joke. Kind of makes me sad that Tenacious D is not a thing right now. After Kyle Gass made those comments on stage and then they like split the band up. Or like not officially, but he like took a hiatus or, you know, whatever. Y'all gonna go watch the Minecraft movie? Who has lost health? You. These guys' pictures are freaking hilarious. We're just like, they're all like hunched over. Oh my god. I'm not looking forward to those 4 wyverns or whatever they are. That's devastating. It could be fire. I thought it was going to be bad too. The Sonic movie, I mean. That first, it's just good that they, you know, rebranded, or they, you know, fixed his model. He looks so much better. I haven't seen the third one. I've seen the first 2. But I haven't seen Keanu Reeves's take on Shadow. Not good. Rip. Damn, she was fine too. Let's see, she had 11 health. That's pretty good. 11 to 40. Can Rita wield the blood axe? I think so. I wonder if it has any special properties. I kind of want to give it to her just to see what it looks like. Hafted, 45 and 6. I think it has a higher hit chance. 50 and 5. But it takes a higher minimum strength. Sorry. The mic is like right above my thumb. Okay. Oh, it's nighttime. That's not good. Nighttime is gross. Let's see how the blood axe does. Oh, dude. That looks freaking cool. Chunky hit. Good start. Damn, we got 5 wyverns, 2 chaos warriors. Golly. Freaking 11 on 4. Let's do probably gonna need that when the wyverns come in. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to see a crit. I don't know how crit damage is calculated in this game, though. I have no idea. Sometimes it'll say it's like Brenna crit, and then it just still does like 30. I wonder how it decides who gets strength. Because I kind of want it on those 3, but not myself. Ah, that'll work. It's like when you roll a nat 20 and do minimum damage. Good call. Good call. When you roll a crit on your greatsword but roll double ones. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what's going on. Dude, one time I had a lance based character. No, it was a spear. But I was using a lance, and I was like charging. I was doing a charge attack, and I had a feature. This was D&D 3.5. Yeah, see, that was a crit. And anyways, I ended up rolling like a freaking quadruple crit with it or something, and it was already like a ×3 modifier. And I did so much damage that the DM was just like, he just bursts into a puff of red mist. Like, it was just like an ungodly roll. I can't remember exactly how much it was. But it was just sort of one of those attacks in battles where, wow, 73, where everything sort of lined up perfectly, and it was like several crits in a row. Here's what's really funny. That same character had a spear that he fought with that eventually it became what they called an ascended weapon in that universe, which is basically means it's like touched by one of the gods or blessed by one of the gods just through like high rolls or like cool RP events. And the first attack that I was using it for was to try to stab like a prisoner in a jail cell. We were in the middle of a battle, and he was some kind of like magician or wizard or something, and he was casting some kind of bullshit on us. But he was in a jail cell, so I was trying to like stab him through the bars, and I rolled a fucking natural 1, and he's like, all right, roll again. So I did, and I rolled another 1. So I ended up like throwing my weapon into the freaking cell with this guy, and then now he's got my god spear. That sucked. That was a very long fight. Very embarrassing. That ended up being a cool spear. Like, I could I could teleport to it like 3 times a day. So I would like throw it up into the sky and then like go up to it and then come down and attack. He worked out some kind of rule that let me do that. The exact opposite of my March Madness bracket. My bracket is actually doing all right this year. I was listening to a Pathfinder podcast, and it was the enemy that rolled the crit with amplified crit damage and one-shot a player. Oh, damn. She's kind of crushing it with this blood axe. I was also a part of a game where a rabbit was like vaporized. Someone was just trying to, they were just hunting, and they ended up rolling like 4 crits in a row or some nonsense. And instead of like continuing it, the DM was just like a purple like beam of energy just comes out of the fucking sky and perfectly cooks this rabbit. Your wife has never shot a basket in her life and she's in first for the weekend in hers. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I did make a mistake. I had Clemson going to the Sweet 16, so that's gonna hurt me. And I haven't checked the games, like the last 3 games of today, but it's probably it's like my best bracket in the last like 10 years probably. I don't think I've ever successfully picked the entire Sweet 16. I had a coach that was like 1 off one year, and it was my fault because I convinced him not to pick Duke over VCU. And this was like 2006 or something like that. I think his name was Eric Maynor, was the guy that made the shot for VCU. I can't remember. But they ended up beating Duke in like the second round. And I cost that guy, he was like an assistant basketball coach. And I was telling him in driver's ed, like, no, don't do it. He was like, VCU, they have these like super annoying guards that Duke ball handlers cannot deal with that year. He was looking back, I remember thinking, he was really annoyed with me. But as an adult and like thinking of the look on his face and how that was like the best mask he could put on in like a public school setting, and I know that he was enraged and he hated me, and he probably still hates me. But he also got fired for misappropriating athletic department funds, so fuck him too. How about that? Good for VCU though. That was a good game that year. What's up, Derpy? Good to see you again. We successfully lit the lighthouse and killed the wyverns without freezing the game. I kind of want to see what Brenna can make with her mechanic skill. Wait. Is it just called Beast Hide? Yep. Okay. There's the stairs. So the chest should be back around here. After this, am I going to use Wall of Bones on the boss or try to take him out? I think I'm going to try to fight him just to look at it, because I think in my last 2 or 3 I've just used the wand on him, and I've never seen what he actually does. I think he just casts Wall of Bones, right? Isn't that all he does? Is he just immediately starts casting it? Excuse me. It's starting to get kind of sleepy. Max dexterity on Abrakan. Congratulations. My roommates are actually having a pretty big, like, LAN party in the living room. Is it over here? You just use Wall of Bones? Yeah. I usually do too. That's the strat. The freaking Hogs won today. The Razorbacks. That's my favorite college team. Back in the Sweet 16 after a losing SEC record. Just like everyone predicted. That is very bad. Damn. He was... Wait. Stamina potions give you full stamina? What? That's cool. Okay. I wonder what the intelligence on these guys is. I kind of want to try the leveled up stupidity just to see what happens. Just once. That sun shield looks kind of cool. It's like a very distant sun. Let's see what happens. think it went on both of the Chaos Warriors. I mean, it kind of looks like they haven't taken a turn yet. They might just be dumb enough. No, they took a turn. Okay, damn. Oh, I forgot it would have the purple icon around them if they were permanently stupefied, I guess. Oh man. Remember the first time you beat the game on your 4th try, you opened combat with Wall of Bones and that was it? Oh, like on when you fought Pachangarat or whatever? The spiky boobed lady at the end? I couldn't get Wall of Bones to work, she kept resisting it. I watched someone's playthrough where they just rolled up, did Wall of Bones one time. That was it. It was over. I think that was the I think yeah. I think that was when I learned about how Thief makes you attack stronger from behind, because on GameFAQs, the guide to beat her mentioned that. Somebody said, just go to the trainer in Guernia, use all your gold to put Thief on Alaron, and then use the Sword of Lodin. So I was like, you're telling me this entire time Thief wasn't just for like opening locks or whatever? Just dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. $16 intelligence. That's a lot. You're trying to get this AC1M thing going, but it doesn't seem to be working. Look, it's a thing. It's officially a thing right now. Mega Man is cool, right, guys? Yeah. Need to say that I loved your retrospective on Aidyn. Oh, you're welcome. Our first experience with this game was pretty similar. Yeah. It's a bizarre little game, isn't it? Bizarre and fascinating. Very fascinating. Is this trapped? Moderately. Sweet. Good job, Brenna. I wonder... Okay, hold on. Well, this might be... Never mind. Sometimes when you reload on the emulator, it screws up really bad. So, I kind of wanted to reload it to see if the RNG would put out something other than a curing potion. Because the chests are... A lot of the chests are like randomly generated. Which I didn't know until like last year. But yeah, I'm glad you liked the video, man. It was a lot of fun to make. It was the first one I put like a decent amount of effort into, and there was a lot of like, I had to learn a lot of stuff to figure out how to get all that going. But there was just a lot of the videos were like sort of making fun of it, which is fine to an extent because it is a very goofy game. But I just felt like there were also some really good parts. Like there were some high points that people were missing. But you know, I completely understand the criticism. You know, it's valid. But I just feel like over time it's gone a little bit too far. People crap on it all the time in those shallow why this game sucks kind of videos. Yeah. I think it just like, it's sort of hard to get into because it requires, there's like an extra level. It's just not like super intuitive. You need a little, like you said earlier, there's just like little things like how health is calculated and like what all these little extra skills do. And it all just kind of adds up, and then you have like the bugs and stuff on top of that. But like once you get that stuff figured out, like it's quite enjoyable as long as you don't run into some kind of game breaking situation, which you probably will. But if you play it long enough, you'll go just insane enough to laugh when that happens. Are you telling me? Okay. You need an obsolete out-of-print TTRPG to know how the game works. Yeah. Yeah, get on that. Get on that. Get out there and find that for us. AC1M. Oh God, I forgot. I forgot that they can do that. We may get to see a bug happen right now. Why are they only doing 1 damage? What is happening? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't cast Stupidity because I don't have any freaking herbs. Does every school of magic have a paralyzed spell? I don't think naming does, but there's like... There's Web of Starlight, there's Frozen Doom. So that's Star, and Frozen Doom is... I can't remember if it's Chaos or if it's Elemental. It might be Elemental. And then there's Wall of Bones. That's Chaos. I don't know if naming has a paralyzed spell. What blew me away back then was how huge the world map was. Yeah. I think it was bigger than Hyrule. It was reminiscent of DQ8's world map. Yeah. Yeah. It just had some rendering issues, and there was a lot of like repeated textures and stuff, but it was freaking mind-blowing. Like, actually mind-blowing. And you know, immersive. It was dangerous, very dangerous. Like, that was sort of a lot of games in that time. It was some of the first times where I really had to think about what I was doing and like weigh the risks of adventuring, you know. Survival mode is the default on AC1M. Yeah. And the permadeath. God. That is such a freaking hardcore feature to have as just baseline. I don't know how I want to play this. This is kind of... I wish there was a jump. How much health does she have? That should be alright. Fuck. I wasn't expecting a critical hit. She had 36 health. Like... That's so weird. That's the second time we've been ambushed by rats and goblins, and not actual enemies of the Chaos Isle. Yeah, she got freaking smashed. She was smashed very hard. Famous last words. She'll be alright. $375 XP. Thanks. You have... Oh yeah, I forgot. Isn't the... like, people ambushing you, isn't it based on like the square that you're standing in or something like that? So I think sometimes there are areas where you always get... What word did I just use? Ambushed. I keep wanting to say assassinated for some reason. That's dumb. These are like level 2 goblins. Like, what are they doing here? It was this game that introduced me to permadeath. So when you started playing Fire Emblem, I thought, oh, another TRP that has permadeath must be the norm. Ah, yes. Yeah, this was the first one. I mean, other than like... This was the first one for me. As well. You're more likely to get ambushed closer to the road? Okay. Let's try this one more time. Let's see if an ambush happens literally without moving. No? How about that? Really don't want to fight at dark in the rain. Oh shit, dude. Those guys are kind of rough. I thought that was gonna work. Okay. We got freaking 12 enemies. Goodness gracious. What a roll. These guys gotta go. Haste, 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 haste. There we go. They are too dangerous to be left alive. At least you can hop down from there. Yes, yes, yes. Mirror. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but my roommates are playing Elden Ring in the living room. And they're like freaking out right now. Wyvern fleas. Oh my god. You're playing the real Elden Ring? Yeah, this is... I actually played a little Elden Ring earlier today. Why are they fleeing? Oh my god, they spawned right on top of me. It feels like a game that Miyazaki would make, honestly. There's so much weirdly punishing things. Oh, that's a big one. That is not who I meant to attack. I still haven't beat Elden Ring. I've had it for almost a year. I just met Ronnie for the second time. It ripped off Aidyn Chronicles? Yeah, totally. I should go change the video title. Beautiful. It's fun to think of clickbaity titles. I almost went with now they're not playing Perfect Dark. No, they usually just play Elden Ring. I was gonna call it either What I Did, or I was gonna call it like In Defense of Aidyn Chronicles. Was one I was sort of thinking about. I had a few other ones. I can't remember them. He's got max strength and dex. What are we gonna do? 27 things you never knew about AC1M. I'm gonna hire you to make video titles. Oh, it's beautiful. I thought about doing one on Chrono Trigger and calling it like the greatest RPG that literally everyone played, or something stupid like that. I'm not actually going to do that though. There's way too many like actually really good videos on Chrono Trigger. The Aidyn Chronicles iceberg explained. Yeah, there we go. So I played Aidyn Chronicles for the first time. This game changed my life. It actually kind of did, though. That wouldn't be clickbait at all. All right. I am going to bed. I'm not going to that stupid birthday party that everyone's trying to invite me to right now. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm going to bed now. I appreciate you guys hanging out and stuff. It was a lot of fun tonight. It was cool. And there were no game crashes and no bugs, which is very rare when you play this game. But I'll see you guys later. I'll be on tomorrow night as well. So, peace.